Dear all, Autism Learning Materials Supermarket is an autism community project implemented by NBAI, AI for Autism, Job4autism and Mr. Lam Duong to provide authentic and updated 24/7 documents thanks to artificial intelligence for parents with children with autism and related disorders, specialized teachers, inclusive teachers, and therapists. Today, we would like to introduce AI and Music, New Hope for Autism Intervention.
So today, we're diving into something really fascinating. Two incredibly powerful and, really different approaches to early autism intervention. You've got the super precise, data-driven world of artificial intelligence on one side, and on the other, you have the deeply human, connective power of music therapy. So how on earth can these two worlds come together? Let's find out. And really, this all starts with a challenge that so many parents and caregivers know all too well. It's this urgent need to find effective support for children with autism right in that crucial developmental window, from about age 1 to 6. I mean, during these incredibly formative years, you can feel the clock ticking, and finding the right support is it's everything. Okay, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to start by really digging into why early intervention is such a big deal. Then we'll check out a pretty cool high-tech AI solution and see how it works. After that, we'll do a complete 180 and explore the high-touch world of music therapy. And finally, we'll see how bringing these two together might just be the most powerful move of all. So let's kick things off with that first big idea, the early intervention challenge. Why is this specific time frame so important? Well, it's not just about getting a head start. It's about working with the brain when it's literally most ready to learn and adapt. You'll hear neuroscientists talk about this period as the golden window, and that's because the brain is just incredibly malleable or plastic at this age. It's forming new connections like crazy. So any support you give during this window doesn't just teach a new skill. It can actually help shape the brain's pathways for the long haul, leading to much deeper, more lasting changes. Okay, so we get the urgency. The pressure is on. So how can technology possibly help with this? Well, let's dive into our first major approach, using artificial intelligence to create support that's truly personal. And believe it or not, this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. Systems like the one you see here, called AI for Autism, are being developed right now. They promise a whole new level of personalized care. The big goal here is to get away from these one-size-fits-all programs and instead build a therapeutic plan that is as unique as every single child. So what's the big promise here? What's the AI actually doing? Well, it kind of boils down to three things. First, it uses deep learning. That's a fancy way of saying it can sift through tons of research studies to spot patterns we humans might miss. Second, personalization. It can adjust therapies down to the tiniest detail, maybe even day by day. And finally, holistic connection. This isn't just a tool for the child. It's designed to keep parents, teachers, and therapists all on the same page, working together. Okay, that all sounds amazing, right? But how? How does a computer actually learn to give such specific advice? Well, as it always is with AI, the secret ingredient is data. Lots and lots of data. The basic building block for all of this is something called pair data. The easiest way to think about it is like a little story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. The input is the beginning. That's the child's unique profile. The intervention is the middle. That's the specific therapy that was used. And the output is the end. What actually happened? What were the results? The AI gets smart by analyzing millions of these little stories. And here's a peek at how the AI actually organizes all those stories. For every single child, it logs the input stuff, like their age and support level. Then it tracks all the details of the intervention. What kind of therapy was it? Was it ABA, which is Applied Behavior Analysis, or maybe PACS, which uses pictures for communication? How many hours a week? For how many months? And then it measures the output. Did their communication improve? Did their behavior change? But here's where the AI gets really clever. It doesn't just stare at this giant pile of information. It methodically slices and dices it. First, it'll look at different age groups. Then it'll separate by severity level. Then by the type of therapy used. And this part is absolutely crucial. It filters everything through what we already know from scientific studies to make sure its recommendations are reliable and based on solid evidence. All right, let's hit pause on the algorithms for a second and switch gears completely. We're going to go from that high-tech world of data to something totally different, but just as powerful. We're talking about the high-touch, deeply human approach of music. And look at that. We're right back to this critical idea of the golden window. The reason music can be so incredibly effective is that it taps right into that same brain plasticity we talked about. By lighting up multiple parts of the brain all at once, music can help build and reinforce those really fundamental developmental pathways. And the benefits are just huge. I mean, this isn't just about feeling good. We're talking about real, evidence-based improvements across the board. Music can help build communication skills, both talking and not. It creates these natural moments for social stuff, like taking turns. It can literally calm the nervous system, improve motor skills, and even help with attention and memory. It's a powerhouse therapy, for sure. But, not all music works the same way. For things that need focus and structure, the super clear, predictable patterns you find in composers like Mozart and Bach can be amazing. Their music just has this sense of order that can be really grounding and helpful for concentration. Then, for those moments when the goal is just to calm down and relax, you might want to turn to the beautiful, flowing music of composers like Debussy or Satie. Their work creates this soothing atmosphere that's perfect for helping with sensory overload and just bringing down anxiety levels. And of course, when it's time to get up and play, you can't beat the pure, vibrant energy of composers like Tchaikovsky and Vivaldi. I mean, just think of the dances from the Nutcracker or the energy of the Four Seasons. That kind of music just makes you want to move and have fun. So you've got these two seemingly opposite worlds, right? The high-tech data-crunching AI and the very human, high-touch world of music and play. The real magic, the real breakthrough, happens when we stop seeing them as either-or and start seeing them as partners. A really great holistic plan will actually weave these different threads together. You might use an approach like Sunrise Floor Time, which is all about connecting with a child through whatever they're interested in. You could bring in PECS, the Picture Exchange Communication System, which is just a great low-pressure way to communicate, and you do it all in a fun context of play and music. And what does this actually look like in real life? Honestly, it's usually incredibly simple. It's not about complicated gadgets or strict drills. It can be as simple as a parent sitting on the floor just joining their child in their world, rolling a toy car back and forth, making a silly vroom vroom sound. Right there, in that one little moment, you have it all: play, sound imitation, and the most important piece, human connection. And this really brings us to the ultimate vision here. The future isn't about choosing tech or humanity. It's about using tech to make us more human. Just imagine, the AI provides this incredibly detailed, personalized, evidence-based roadmap, and then a parent or a therapist brings the warmth, the empathy, and the connection that makes all the learning actually happen. So as we look ahead, the real question isn't just a technical one. It's a deeply human one. As these powerful tools get even better, how do we make sure we're thoughtfully combining the precision of the machine with the absolutely irreplaceable power of human connection to build a better future for every single child?
Autism Learning Materials Supermarket would like to thank parents, teachers, and interventionists. Please disseminate to relevant people in the autism community so that more and more people can access this authentic and scientific learning resource. To raise awareness in the community, please subscribe to watch the next videos. For any questions, please contact the email below.